Millions of Indian children, many of them street children, are leaving school without even basic literacy and numeracy skills. Whilst access to schools has improved dramatically, millions of India's poorest children are struggling against classroom discrimination and inadequate schooling. Salma lives in a slum on a rubbish dump on the outskirts of Delhi. In this part of town, many migrant families earn a living recycling the city's waste. She said that teachers often refuse admission to children of migrants and rag pickers because they are dirty. If they do get admission, they are segregated and treated badly.
मैडम सब बोलते हैं कि बंगाली आते हैं गंदे बन के आते हैं बंगालियों के एडमिशन नहीं करेंगे.
The teachers say they won't give admission to Bengalis because they're so dirty, and when more people come, they make the dirty children sit separately. When we go to the school, they ask us to take our children out of school, and they tell us to go to a different school. Part of the problem also lies at home. In a country where around 70% of the population lives on under $2 a day, parents are often hesitant in sending their children to school because they are required to help earn for the family. Khurshida is a single mother with 5 children. She didn't send her eldest daughter to school because she needs help to pay the bills. My daughter's name is Anne-Marie. She's 16 years old. She goes to work. If she doesn't go to work, there isn't enough food in our house. That's why I didn't get her admitted into the school. Child dropout rates are extremely high, particularly amongst girls and disabled children. This is partly attributed to poor sanitation, crippling infrastructure, and institutional discrimination. 40% of schools do not have functioning toilets, and few are equipped to accommodate children with special needs. Save the Children India's CEO, Thomas Chandy, said that many of the children who are in school are failing to learn even basic numeracy and literacy skills.
The issue is, if you really look at the learning levels of those students, you will find that there are many students kind of falling through the cracks and not really having learned much. Even the very basic things of numerical ability or reading ability, you will find that that is being missed out.
Save the Children is coordinating an exchange program with education experts from across Asia and Europe to establish a framework for education reform in India. Professor David Scott from the Institute of Education in London is involved in the research. He said, without economic reform, India faces an economic disadvantage and the prospect of future adults failing to progress out of poverty.
The economy is likely to be less buoyant as a result of the lack of education of the populace. So in that sense, it's a huge disadvantage. But there is a much more important sense about education, which is that it's about the well-being of the child. And clearly, if there is a lack in the educational process, that is going to translate into a lack of well-being for the child when they grow up to be an adult.
India is investing heavily in education and is working hard to ensure that every child has access to a school. The problem now is to ensure that those children are engaged enough to stay in school and to learn. In this government school in New Delhi, teachers are using more interactive learning techniques to engage the students. They've also installed ramps for disabled pupils and segregated toilets for girls and boys.